Today, the interview with Jon Jones was released on Ariel Helwani's MMA show. Jones is scheduled to fight Dominick Reyes at UFC 247 this weekend. During the interview with Ariel, Jones talked about a potential fight with the heavyweight champion Stipe Miocic. Jones says that he thinks he can beat him. He went on to say there's a really good chance. I feel like I really want to fight Stipe Miocic. I feel like I could beat him. I don't think I would need a tune-up. I'm already in tune. I feel great. I feel strong already. Stipe's like what, 230 or something? I feel like me at a lean 230 is plenty. I feel like I could totally beat him. Just based on his performances with DC, our speed differences, my fight IQ, my versatility, my faith and confidence, I think I'm the guy to beat him for sure. I definitely want to strike while I'm feeling hot. Recently, Jorge Masvidal and Kamaru Usman got into an altercation at the Super Bowl radio show.
Talking. That's all I hear you talking. Now you gotta catch do something. Do something. I ain't gonna take it back. Do something.
If you want to see the full altercation, check out our last video. Anyways, after the whole thing went down, Usman on Twitter wrote, "Lil bitch brought his camera to try and flex and act hard. I was dolo, and if you wanted to do something, you could have tried, but you didn't. Hashtag you played yourself. Hashtag clout chaser. Hashtag took another L." Here's what Masvidal had to say about it.
Well, I just told him, I go, man, you've been talking a lot of shit saying this and that. I'm gonna straight up say it to your face. You're not there for nobody else. He goes, what's that? And I go, I'm gonna f you up. You know, I'm just letting you know, I'm embarrass you from start to finish so you don't hear she say stuff. No, I'm letting you know right to your face. I'm gonna f you up the same way that I've let a lot of my opponents before. You know, I like to do it more in private if it could just be me and them and look them right in the show and tell them I'm gonna f you up. But, you know, I didn't get that chance with this dude. I don't like this man, you know. If I could have altercations with him every day, I wouldn't mind. He plays tough guy on TV, but he's not stupid. What is that guy going to do in a scenario like that? Hug my legs? Come on, man. You know he can't punch through a wet paperback. So what is he going to do in a scenario like that? Nothing but look down and have to take a seat. You know, he's a punk. He did a lot of screaming and stuff and shouting, but I just wanted to tell him one thing, like, man, I'm just going to, you don't gotta take that personally. It's just what's going to happen, man. You know, just relax. You don't got to be loud about it or nothing. Because I said it very calmly and right to his face. I'm going to f you up. You know, there was no need for him to overreact like that. You know, he's just sensitive, man, because he doesn't like the truth.
Tyron Woodley on Ariel Helwani's MMA show speaks on his lifestyle as a champion and then facing reality when losing the belt. Tyron explains how he bought 7 cars and 2 houses and had nobody to tell him to invest or save the money.
I blew through a lot of money, man, a lot of money. And I was, you know, jewelry and VIP and all these experiences, all those things that came with the championship life. You really, when you come from where I come from, you never imagine making that type of money. You never imagine being in that type of position. You work hard for it, and I didn't get there by accident. You know, I was busting my ass, but nobody taught me finance. Everybody taught me 1 + 1 is 2. That's math. That ain't finance. That ain't wealth. That ain't investing. That ain't saving. That ain't tax. That's basically you made money and you spend it. Because when I was growing up, we spent it when it came in. My mom's check was already cut up. It was done before she even got it. We had to pick which utility bills was not going to be on that month. And it was something that I didn't recognize as a kid that wasn't normal. I thought everybody had to do that. So when you start making money, I bought like 7 cars and 2 houses and all these trips, and nobody ever lifted a hand when we was at a restaurant, 10, 15 people to eat dinner. And, you know, I was going to VIP clubs and all this like every other week. And I just imagined making that amount of money for a very long time. And they very quickly said, poof, damn, hold on. Like, you're going to tell me March 3rd, like, this is different? Like, it's not the same? And it's just a lesson learned.
Zhang Weili and Joanna Jędrzejczyk have been going back and forth on social media. It all started when Joanna shared this image to her Instagram story. In the image, as you can see, Joanna is wearing a mask, and as most of you know, Zhang Weili's home country is suffering from the coronavirus, where many people have lost their lives. Zhang Weili issued a response to her Instagram. She posted this and said, "To make fun of a tragedy is a true sign of one's character. People are dying, someone's father, someone's mother, someone's child. Say what you want about me if it makes you feel stronger, but do not joke about what's happening here. I wish you good health until March 7th. I will see you soon." Here's how Joanna responded on her Instagram story.
Hey champ, hey Willie, so sorry to make you feel bad, but I would never make fun of sick people of illness or virus, so I didn't want you to get offended, but I just made a fun of the funny internet meme, so sorry, but still I will see you March 7th, and don't get too emotional, okay?
Darren Till gives an update on his fighting career.
Just finished a hard session there with Colin, the gaffer, and just watching him, you know, put in his work for UFC London, 21st of March. So we're all working hard, even though I won't be fighting. You know, I'm still in here with the lads, giving 100% what they always give to me in my camps as well. And you know, the 21st I'll be there supporting them 100%. So, you know, Team Carbon for life, innit? Team Carbon.
Sean O'Malley on Ariel Helwani's MMA show speaks on what's next for him.
If I didn't grow so much and get so good in the last 2 years, I would probably look at it and go and find a way to bitch about it or complain about it. But honestly, like I have nothing to complain about, because how good I've gotten in the last 2 years has been an insane jump from where I was at to where I'm at right now. Like if I would have fought Jose 2 years ago, I would have still beat his ass. Now I feel like I'm on a whole nother level. Like, I don't want to sit here and talk about, oh, I'm fighting March 7th, because I've talked about I was fighting Jose. I talked about I was fighting Marlon, and then it never happened. So I feel stupid sitting here telling you guys I'm going to fight when I keep saying I'm going to fight and nothing happens. So I don't know. You guys will get to find out where I'm at mentally, where I'm at physically, and where my skill level's at if I get a fight. You guys will get to see. And I live this lifestyle. I've lived it for the last 9 years. I train, and I wake up, and the next day, and I go train again. And so I don't, Friday night, Saturday night, I don't go out. I don't know. You can't be in this game. You can be in the game 100% and still get hurt. So it's like, I'm not going to try to be in this game like 80%, 90%. Like, I'm in this 100% ready to become world champ. That's where my mindset's been at the last, not just the last 2 years, but ever since I started this. So nothing's really changed other than I haven't been able to fight. Still been training like I'm world champ. So.
Dustin Poirier posts some new training footage to his Instagram. Anthony Smith on SiriusXM speaks on Jon Jones. He says he disagrees with DC, saying only a heavyweight will be able to beat Jon Jones.
I think a heavyweight would have a much easier time. I like Daniel. I work with Daniel. I disagree with Daniel. I don't see, like, I hear him talk about Jon Jones like that all the time. I didn't see that. Like, I didn't feel like that when I was in there with Jon Jones. Obviously, I had my own issues, and I think later on I'll write a book and I'll tell the entire story about it, but I don't feel like that. I didn't feel like I was in there with a dude that was unbeatable. And when I hear DC talk sometimes, I get the feeling as if he's talking about someone who's unbeatable, especially a man who was winning the second fight and just got clipped and got put down. I mean, I think all judges had DC up. He was winning every minute of every round up to the point he got kicked. So I always feel really uncomfortable when I hear DC talk like that. One, because I don't see that when I seen him fight in the second time. I seen a guy that was definitely beatable. And I didn't feel like that when I was in there with Jon Jones. Would some more size absolutely help? For sure. If I was bigger and a couple inches taller and had a few more inches of reach on me, that's easier to do, for sure. Also, if you're a heavyweight and you're a big power striker, maybe you can get away with putting Jon Jones out without having to be better than him for an entire fight. That's how I look at it.
And Michael Bisping on the Believe You Me podcast speaks on Conor McGregor's win over Donald Cerrone. He says that he doesn't really want to fight Jorge Masvidal or Kamaru Usman, and he'll probably end up fighting Nate Diaz next.
Dana said if Conor wins 100%, the next fight for him is Khabib. And I said, what? Khabib's just going to do whatever he's told? And he said, listen, Khabib will take the fight. He said, that's already the biggest pay-per-view in UFC history. The rematch is going to be even bigger. There's going to be plenty of money involved. But Khabib's fighting Tony in April. After that is Ramadan. Okay, so he's going to fast. He's going to take some time off. So that's going to be too long, I think, for Conor to wait. So therefore, he spoke about Nate Diaz. He said, where you at, Nathan? Because he doesn't want to fight Masvidal, right? And I'm not surprised he's not calling out Masvidal. I'm not being disrespectful. The guy's bigger and he's on fire. Kamaru Usman, he doesn't really want to fight Kamaru Usman. Kamaru Usman is Khabib, but just twice as big, pretty much. You know what I mean? The fight is Khabib, right? But he can't do it yet. So in the meantime, pick off Nate Diaz, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. The one-on-one, the rubber match is overdue, and everyone will make some money. And it's a fight that Conor's probably going to win. So he's going to fight him, and then he'll fight Khabib later in the year. That is my prediction.
That's going to wrap it up for the news. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like down below and subscribe to Full Mount MMA on YouTube. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's in reference to Daniel Cormier asking Stipe for a rematch. From Ben, it says DC didn't give Stipe an immediate rematch. Stipe has to wait in line, so should DC. The second one's in reference to the altercation between Usman and Masvidal. It says, so this is what Usman was talking about on Joe's podcast. You could tell he's insecure about where he stands in the division. It's almost like he has to hype himself up and remind himself that he's champ. I think it bothers him that casual fans probably think Jorge is the champ and have no clue who Usman is. And the final one says, hey, they live 20 miles apart. They can handle it in Usman's mom's backyard if he wants. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next video, be sure to drop a comment down below on this one.